everyone, welcome back to another penny stock video. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite low float stocks in the OTC, which is MVCO, Metavesco Inc. So I have covered this before. The last time I talked about it, they were building up their Bitcoin mining operation. They've added a ton of new miners to their fleet since then, and their mining operation is profitable, but they do a lot more than just Bitcoin mining, and we're going to be taking a look at the other stuff that they do and their recent announcements in today's video. Let's first take a look at the share structure, and you can see the float is only 17.6 million shares. That's a very small float. It's a really, really nice share structure. They're never diluting. I don't even think they've ever diluted. It's been a very long time if they have. So the float has remained the same for a very long time. The stock's been in a kind of an accumulation range between 5-7 cents for months now. I think a breakout is very much in the future for this stock. Obviously, we'll see. Don't have a crystal ball, but that's my opinion on it. But let's take a look at what MVCO actually does. Aside from their already profitable Bitcoin mining operation, they have a lot of cool things and a lot of cool recent news that has come out as of late. So first and foremost, we can see from June 27th, you have Metavesco's Boring Brew selected by Made by ApeCoin Accelerator Program. So if you're familiar with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, it's one of the most popular crypto projects on Ethereum chain and has been for years. And they license out their brand essentially to be used by different companies and different developers, etc., to build the Bored Ape brand. And Metavesco does have a license to use the Bored Ape branding, and they do that for their Boring Brew specialty coffee business. So they currently are the only NFT coffee business that I know of, which is really cool. And they actually just got funding of 20,000 Ape tokens in direct funding from the Made by ApeCoin Accelerator Program to continue developing these Bored Apes products. So obviously they're making products that are already connected to a really well-known brand with a huge audience. So I think they can do really, really well. The coffee is also actually very good. I've tried it. I love the coffee from Boring Brew. So this is one of the more interesting news stories that they've had come out recently. And then they also had this come out on June 18th, which is perhaps even more interesting, which is that they're exploring potential acquisition of historic South Carolina distillery. So they're going to be adding to their portfolio of businesses. So they have the Bitcoin mining business, they have Boring Brew business, they have MAGA water, which I'll be talking about in a moment as well. And then they're going to be adding this South Carolina distillery into their business portfolio as well. You can see that they have begun drafting a letter of intent. We don't have a ton of information on what's actually coming here, but it is a very old distillery, one of the oldest distilleries in South Carolina. So this company obviously has a track record of a long time of success. So I would assume that it provides quite a bit of value to Metavesco. Again, assuming that they close on this acquisition in the near future. Okay, and then they have Drink MAGA. This is MAGA water. This is their new product that's launching very soon. Alkaline water with electrolytes, and 2% of all funds go towards the Trump campaign. And obviously with election season coming up, this should be a very popular product. Whether Trump wins or loses, he's an extremely popular figure. MAGA is an extremely popular brand. So I can see this product doing very, very well. Trump almost has really, we could call it a cult following, where there's very, very passionate followers that love anything Trump branded. So there's certainly an audience for this product, especially with the 5%, as it says up here. 5% of each sale supports the Donald Trump 2024 campaign. So that's a huge incentive to draw in consumers as soon as the product launches. Here's their Twitter page, @DrinkMAGA. You can see June 25th, MAGA update. We're finalizing the details for MAGA water to enter production, and we've made some great improvements to our label. These changes will help us reach even more Americans. Stay tuned for more news. So, as it says, they're finalized details to enter production. So this enters production soon, which means you'll actually be able to purchase it and have it delivered soon and hopefully hit stores and all of that. So we have MAGA water to look forward to. We have the expansion of Boring Brew and being accepted in the ApeCoin Accelerator Program, which brings more funding into this business. And as of June 24th here, we had another update from the CEO of MVCO, Ryan Shadle, who's very popular on Twitter. He was involved with LTNC as well, which was a hugely successful penny stock. And he says, busy week ahead, working on broker onboarding to handle the MVCO buyback this summer. More details on LOI and Magawater will be released soon. Bitcoin operations hashing at 22 P/H. And of course, we have the best coffee in Web3 from Boring Brew to keep us going. So what's my favorite part of this tweet? Right here, which is MVCO buyback this summer. So they did also announce, if we take a look at one more news past, right in February 2nd, MVCO announced a stock buyback program. Common stock buyback program up to $1 million. So the market cap is 3.6 million right now. Obviously, I think with what they have, they justify a higher valuation. But more importantly, this is inflated by the fact that there are restricted shares and everything like that. If you take a look at the actual float, it's really, little over $1 million in the float, right? So $1 million buyback, where is it here? Here we go. $1 million buyback. I don't know where the news went, so I'll just bring it up again. As it says here, common stock buyback program of up to $1 million would basically buy the entire float, right? So that's a pretty huge catalyst. It will certainly lock the float. It's very bullish, I would say, for long-term investors of MVCO. Like I said, the buyback program is supposed to start this summer. Can't really think of better news than that. Plus the acquisition, plus the additional funding and expansion of Boring Brew, plus launching Magawater very soon. MVCO has a lot going for it, a lot more than most low floats, which are honestly a lot of low floats just don't even put out news. They don't do anything. This is a really, really attractive one when you compare it to other share structures of this nature. And obviously with the CEO being Ryan Shadle, who has a great track record and was involved in hugely successful LTNC, which had a mega run back a few years ago, I do think there's a lot of potential with MVCO. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.